Hi, I'm Cooking Appa. Here I'm going to make a special Chinese New Year special edition video. First and foremost, I would like to introduce myself. I am not a chef. I'm not a professional chef. I'm only an ordinary father who cooks for the family. And I don't write recipes. Many people asking recipes from me, but I don't really write recipes because why? The whole purpose for me to have a Cooking Appa channel is to give people ideas what to cook tonight. You see, as someone who cooks for the family almost every day, I know for most of us, the biggest problem is actually, I don't know what do I cook tonight. So I'm here to actually just to give you ideas, to inspire you, on ideas on what to cook tonight. It's as simple as that. So you can just view my cooking ideas and you improvise on it. You use your own way. Feel free to use your own way to do it by all means. Just to give you an idea, that's all. Alright, because I'm not qualified to teach people cooking yet. Alright, now many people, one of the most popular question that people are asking me every day is, Appa, what kind of wok are you using? Your wok looks very shiny. Where can I buy your wok, and why is it you want to buy and use this particular wok? Let me slowly spend a few minutes to go through with you what are the kitchen utensils I'm actually using. Well, this is actually the most common one that you are seeing me Appa using recently. It's actually from Thermos, 28 inches. Appa only has a very small family, 3 adults in the family and 1 baby. So it took me quite a long time to look for this wok. Why? Because Appa is actually using electric stove. Now, the limitation of using an electric stove is it's very difficult for us to get a suitable wok. Why? Because when it comes to wok, you always want to have a very good depth. You can actually see from the side here, this particular wok has a very good depth. You can find many others which is much larger, but it's very shallow. Okay, especially for Chinese cooking, a good depth is very important, especially when you want to do some stir fry or deep frying. Okay, so this is very important. So this is actually only 28 cm, just nice for the 3 adult family. And one thing I like about this is also because of the handle. This long handle makes it very easy to maneuver, to operate. Alright, so, but do take note, this is a stainless steel wok. When it comes to stainless steel wok, it gets burns easily. Now, there are a few tips you need to learn on how to use this stainless steel wok. Number 1 is you always add your oil into cold wok before it is heated. Okay, and number 2, you compare to non-stick wok, you need a lot more oil on this one in order to avoid burning at the bottom. Alright, these are 2 tips you have to remember. Now, this wok actually comes together with this. Another layer where you can use it to steam. Right, there is some drawback. There's some drawback on this wok, which is the handle here. As you can see, it is not very user-friendly, very difficult to hold, especially when it is hot. This is why you actually see me adding few rubber band here to increase the grip. Okay, if not, it's actually quite dangerous. If you buy this wok, do something with the handle to make it easier to grip. Okay? And this is very cheap because this is only 3 layers of stainless steel. I bought it for 300 plus. And recently, one of my followers actually told me she managed to get it from Thermos Malaysia at 244. That's a 30% discount. Definitely worth buying. Okay? This is sometime when I want to deep fry some onions or garlics, some more shallow wok. And this is one of my favorite kitchen utensils, an air fryer. Now, Philips is actually the first brand who first invented an air fryer. But the way it was designed by Philips, you can't really see what's happening inside. Everything is enclosed. And I do find many of my friends using it. Many things comes out. The chicken doesn't come out very nicely. I actually quite like this one that I'm using. Of course, you can actually get different brand as well. as long as it's some similar design. Why is it this design is good? Look at it. Once you put your ingredients inside and you close it, you can see very clearly from the transparent glass here how well it is cooking inside here. So this is very helpful. And sometimes when I can actually do my cooking there at the kitchen, and I can actually air fry my chicken wing here at the same time. All this is to help you saving your time. The drawback of this particular brand is the highest temperature is only 205. It would be better if you can find some with 220 degree. Yeah, that would be great. This one is limited at 205. All right. So I also have a pressure cooker. If you ask me, this is almost a must for the working couples nowadays if you want to cook at home, because this is how I do it. It's all about time management. When you reach home, say you reach home about 6:30, okay? So very quickly you chop out your ingredients and you throw it into the pressure cooker. So this pressure cooker, and then you start, everything should be done within 30 minutes to 40 minutes time. And this 30 and 40 minutes is actually almost equivalent to you cooking using the normal stove for 2 hours. All right? And the best thing about pressure cooker is, no matter how, it will actually retain all the water. If you put 4 cups of water inside, after 45 minutes, it will still remain as 4 cups of water. Okay, so you don't have to worry that your soup may dry out. All right. So by the time the soup is ready, your other dishes is also ready. So this is about time management. So go and get yourself a pressure cooker. And here I actually have a steamboat. All right. Of course, most of the time we use it for steamboat, but you can also use for other purposes. Example, say many people nowadays they like to eat this thing called one pot dishes, yak wok sok. Cantonese say yak wok sok, where you actually put all the ingredients inside the like example, you can prepare one nice chicken stock, put in here, and you can start putting in the seafood like whole fish, sotong. You can put squid, you can put the prawns, you can put mushrooms, yeah, and some veggie inside, and cook it, and then you can add in a bit of either tomato or green onions. This is what we call a yak wok sok, where it's almost like a steamboat, but you are cooking everything together. Okay, this is actually it becomes a very nutritious and balanced diet for everyone. Something you can also do other than making a steamboat. Now this actually comes together with another tray. It's a steamer. Okay, so means to say I can actually steam 2 things at the same time. One using my stove, one using here. Okay, this is another very popular question I'm getting. Many people ask me about this particular wok here. I'm not sure if you can see the middle part. This is actually what we call a Honeycomb non-stick stainless steel wok. Okay, I actually bought it from Isitan, KL. You can if you want to look for this type of wok, all you need to do is just to type Honeycomb wok. Okay, then it's understood it's going to be a combination between a non-stick and a stainless steel wok. Okay, so this is much larger. This is about 30 or 32 cm. I can't remember. So sometimes when I have to cook for more people, I'll have to actually use this particular wok here. All right, so this is another wok that I'm using. Now, what I'm doing here today for the special dish, I know most of you know how to make chicken broth. So I'm actually today going to take it one step further to show you how to make a super broth rather than a normal chicken broth. Okay, after which you can actually make use of this super broth to make a lot of things. For example, today I'm going to use the super broth to make my fish maw soup. On the other hand, you can also use this same broth to make it into a thick gravy and to use it on your pun choy. Yeah, go out and buy a few different types of roast meat, prepare some mushroom, veggie, and some tofu. Then put them together and some prawns. Mix all of them together, arrange it nicely, and you can actually pour this broth, thicken this broth first, and then pour it over. Okay. Also, you can use the same broth to braise your sea cucumber, and to braise your other thing as well. You can even use this broth to steam your fish. Okay. Always use a broth to be the base soup of every dishes that you are making, so that you can actually do away with using MSG or even chicken powder. You see, I actually see one of my followers ask this question before. I don't use MSG, but I use a lot of chicken powder. Is it a crime? Is it a crime really using chicken stock or MSG at home? Seriously, when everyone talk about, well, it's bad for health, bad for health, bad for health, that one I think it is very difficult to justify and quantify. Okay, if you ask me, very simple, you have to first understand what does MSG and chicken stock do. MSG actually triggers your taste bud. So means to say, if this is salty at level 2, after adding MSG, this saltiness is going to be level 3. It's as simple. That's how MSG and chicken stock actually works. Okay, it will make your dish more flavorful, but the bad news is, I'm not sure how many of you are very concerned over this, but me personally, I always pay attention to after food taste. I'm very concerned over how my mouth actually feels after eating the food. There are some very flavorful dishes in a certain restaurant, very famous. I don't want to name them, but I'm telling you, right after you eat it, the whole night you will be waking up and trying to drink a lot of water. They simply put too much of excessive MSG. Okay, that is something I don't like. So I am very particular with after eat taste. Yeah, I don't like the MSG and thirsty taste. So this is why you can find in my dishes, you can't see chicken powder, you can't see MSG. Okay, but how you can actually replace this MSG with? Number one, what you can do is always use good broth as a base. When you are using good broth as a base, it will actually give you a much deeper your dish a much depth, yeah, to the flavor. Number two, you can always use the same amount of salt and sugar together when you are doing the tasting. Why? Because by having this sugar is not going to make your food very sweet. It is actually going to enhance the osmosis process, which means it will actually enhance the penetration power of the flavor into your ingredient. That is the benefit of using the sugar after the salt. Alright? So, or sometimes you can make yourself some natural MSG. Example, I will make my own dry fish powder. Okay, I will make my own dry fish powder. One day I'm going to show you how. Number two, you can, if you are one of those who have those dehydration machine, you can go and dehydrate your mushroom. Alright, dehydrate your mushroom and blend it into powder form. Mushroom is one best alternative for natural MSG. Okay, you can try doing that. Now, let's quickly look at my special broth here. For the start, everything is very normal, like what most people knows how to do. you want a hot pot of water. After that, you will throw in your chicken. I have here about 1.8 kg of ayam kampung. Okay. So I'm going to put in the chicken to blanch it. Okay, you need to blanch your chicken. This process is actually to remove the impurities, like the example, the excess blood water or some impurities hiding inside the bone. So you let it cook for about a couple of minutes. After which we will actually remove it, okay, from the hot water and wash it with running water. Okay, now it's about a couple of minutes boiling. Let's see, how is it? Did I mention this is ayam kampung just now? You can see the yellow skins, okay? So now you can actually start seeing the impurities coming out, okay? This is the kind of effect I want. I'm going to remove this, okay? And put it under running water to wash it before we really put it inside the soup, okay? Okay, very quickly I'm going to wash it under running water. You can still do some final cleaning, yeah? Okay, you want to wash away the impurities so that later your soup will be very clear. The only thing you can see floating on the soup will be the chicken oil, okay, which is the source of the natural sweetness of the chicken soup. Right, done. We are going to put this into our soup. Going to remove this. Okay, I have boiled another pot of hot water here. So I'm going to slowly add in my chicken. You can use a smaller chicken if you want to, anything from 1 kg to 1.5. This is about 1.8. You don't want to find something which is very lean. Yeah, get some chicken with some fat. Because why? Oops. Because why? In the end of the day, do you know why is it your chicken soup is sweet? It is not from the flesh. It is not from the bone. It is actually from the chicken oil. Okay. Okay, we are going to let it boil. Let it boil again. And once it is boiled, once this soup is boiled, we are going to cover it with a lid and you turn it into the small fryer. If you are using the normal gas stove at home, usually there's about 2 to 3 layers of fire, right? Use a smaller one, which is the smaller fire, okay? The smallest fire and then let it simmer for minimum 2 hours. How do you know it is ready? You will know it's ready when you find your meat is almost melting. They are so soft and it's almost melting. That is the kind of consistency and that is the sign of telling you your chicken stock first stage is ready. And after that, I'm going to show you how we proceed to stage 2. Okay? We'll come back shortly.